Top 5 Lamborghinis that look fast but are actually slow. Everyone says Lamborghini is speed. It's a wild beast on the road. But what if I told you there are Lambos that only look fast? Today, I'm going to show you 5 Lamborghinis that look like they're ready to tear up the asphalt. But in reality, they're as slow as a battery-operated iron. So buckle up and let's take apart these cars that scream more than they drive. You ready? Let's go! First, the Lamborghini Jala 1981-1988 was produced in the early 80s, when everyone was sure that the only thing faster than us was music from a cassette player. The Jala was Lamborghini's attempt to make an affordable supercar. The idea was to create something for those who wanted to look rich without spending their entire inheritance. On paper, it all sounded great. A 3.5-liter V8 producing 255 horsepower. And you're like, oh, that sounds impressive. But in reality, it was the slowest supercar ever to stand at a starting line. Acceleration to 60 miles per hour took about 6 seconds. 6 seconds! It's as if Lamborghini set out to create a car that could slowly overtake everyone else, but make them doubt it. The price? The Jala cost about $60,000 when it was released. It's almost like giving away your kidney, but in exchange for no power, only looks. It's like paying for a 5-star restaurant and getting a bag of peanuts. The Jala is an expensive toy for those who want to sit in a parking lot and look good while everyone thinks you just got back from a race. The cheat rating. The Jala definitely deserves the award for the most wasted gas, because the only thing you can do with it is drive calmly in traffic while everyone thinks you're at least trying to overtake someone. Second, the Lamborghini Espada, 1968 to 1978, a legend of the 60s and 70s, is the case when Lamborghini decided, you know, what if we made something that seats more than 2 people? A surprising decision for a brand whose cars are usually designed for solo racers. Thus was born the first 4-seater Lamborghini, and it looked like it had been put together in a movie studio to star in a sci-fi film. Don't be fooled by its appearance. The Espada was powered by a 3.9-liter V12 that produced 325 horsepower. Its top speed was around 155 miles per hour, which was fine for the time, but by Lamborghini standards, it was like trying to escape from a police chase on a bicycle with additional wheels. And the interior was a concert of retro elegance, with leather seats that looked like you were sitting in an expensive Italian restaurant. But the price? About $20,000. At the time, that was money that would easily buy a decent apartment. But if you owned an Espada, you were hardly thinking about speed. It was more suited to going on vacation with the whole family. Want to go on a picnic? Easy. Load all 4 seats, open the trunk, throw in a basket of sandwiches, and done. Espada was for those who wanted to go broke, but feel like a family. And if Espada had participated in our rating, it would have definitely taken a place in the nomination, the most family-friendly Lambo, which is still not for the whole family. A truly ironic model. Big request. Friends, there is a huge team working on creating such quality content for you, and also spending a lot of money, so please help the development of the channel. All we need is a like and a subscription. It will help a lot. Thank you. Third, the Lamborghini Urus, 1973 to 1979, was the car that Lamborghini had high hopes for. It was conceived as a compact and affordable alternative to its older, more powerful brothers, and was supposed to become an affordable supercar, which the young people buy to feel cooler. And it turned out as it turned out. Urus was powered by a 2.5-liter V8, which produced 220 GP. 220! That's like a lawnmower engine compared to the V12 in other Lamborghinis. The top speed of this baby is around 143 miles per hour, which in the world of supercars sounds like you're trying to get into a fight with a lollipop instead of a baseball bat. The Urus remains a car you can show off to your friends, but if they suddenly ask what its speed is, immediately switch the subject to the weather, and it was $22,500 for this beauty. It was kind of like an affordable supercar, but for those who think the word affordable means only going broke for half your life, not your whole life. You pay a decent amount of money, and you don't get mad power. You get a little box that has the nerve to look 220 miles per hour, but accelerate like, well, like a gasoline-powered lawnmower. 12. Rating? Yes, the Urus could be given the award for boldest attempt to look fast with minimal chance of success. This car is like that school friend who promised to show class every time but never passed any exams. Fourth, the Lamborghini 350 GT, 1964 to 1966, is the car that started it all. It was the first production Lamborghini, and it looked like it stepped off the catwalk. Elegant shapes, sleek bodywork, and stylish looks. It was a revolution in the 60s. It represented something like a Ferrari, only for those who wanted to stand out a bit. The 3.5-liter V12, which produced 320 horsepower, gave the 350 GT speeds of up to 149 miles per hour. That wasn't bad for the time, but if you're used to modern speeds, this car will seem like just the right car for Sunday drives on the highway. It wasn't built for racing, but for you to enjoy life as you drove slowly past expensive restaurants and antique stores. And this classic cost $15,600. Back then, that was a lot of money to spend on half a house downtown. But when you buy a 350 GT, you get status, not speed. It's like buying an expensive smartphone and using it solely as an alarm clock. Beautiful, stylish, but slightly impractical. 350 GT is for those who are ready to pay for a legend, not for adrenaline. And in our mock ranking, this car would definitely take the top spot in the best way to spend money on style, not speed category. Basically, it's just an expensive place to meditate on wheels. 5th, Lamborghini Countach LP 400, 1974 to 1978. The Countach LP 400 is the car that changed the world of supercars. It looks like that poster car from sci-fi movies. With sharp angles and doors that open upwards, the LP 400 seems to shout, "I'm so cool, I can stand still and look faster than you ever will." But when it comes to speed, this monster deflates like a balloon. With a 4.0-liter V12 under the hood and a top speed of about 161 miles per hour, the Countach LP 400 wasn't much of a rocket. By comparison, any modern sports car would easily beat it. And you'd be like, really? That's the best you can do? In the 70s, its looks were so apathetic that people actually believed it could fly into the stratosphere. But at 161 miles per hour? Really? He'd rather fly into the nearest ditch. And it cost this spaceship on wheels $52,000, a sum for which you could buy a motorhome that actually travels faster. The Countach is like if you bought a designer sofa, but it was terribly uncomfortable to sit on. You're not paying for speed, you're paying for the ability to look like a god behind the wheel, even if you're actually traveling at the speed of an evening bus. And in the rankings, the Countach would definitely win the biggest visual deception award. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel. It helps a lot to promote. See you soon.